Okay. Oh, are we gonna? Oops, that's on.
How much time do I have in my part?
I'm living right here and now, and I don't wanna miss out. Is this what life's all about? The world is calling and I'm listening. Yeah, I'm listening. I feel the freedom inside. Come on, let's go for a ride. I finally opened my eyes and I can see it so clearly. So clearly. Life is but a dream. And isn't it amazing? Oh, life can be amazing. I feel my heartbeat racing. I'll fly, soaring ever higher. I can light my inner fire, and then we'll see what happens now. What happens now? And then we'll see what happens now. What happens now? Watch what happens now. Sometimes we have what it takes, sometimes we make our mistakes, and now the journey awaits. So don't you wanna come with me? Come with me. We'll make our way way to the top. We'll never break, never stop. And when we get to the spot, we'll know we made it there together. We'll remember forever that life is but a dream.
Yeah, Danita.
And isn't it amazing? It's amazing, oh, it's amazing, it's amazing, it's amazing, it's amazing, oh, it's amazing, oh, it's amazing, it's amazing, it's amazing, it's amazing, it's Watch what happens now.
All right. Whew.
And I would like to point
Yeah.
out that you do jump. I saw.
Just for good measure. The old bones still have it. Oh, phew. All right, wasn't that fun? Thank you, Debbie.
Thank you guys for raising your energy in this room. I really believe that. You're going to absorb a lot more in the next hour because of it.
That's right. Watch what happens now. I love it. Did I give some of the watch what happens now, my dear? Yes. Yeah. We're going to talk about that.
Three
So-
times. 3 times. Tick, tick, tick.
1, 2, 3.
Never mind. Okay.
No? Oh, Justin. There you go. Okay. All right. So we'll read that, but I got to go into a bigger teaching point. Our goal is to help you best take advantage of the Q4 selling season to strategically position yourself for the long play. The long play, when I talk about that, is 3 to 5 years. So let's give context to everything. You may say, is that 20 years? Is that 15 years? No, long play, 3 to 5. Dr. Josie started at age 70 in e-commerce. 5 years later, at age 75, God bless her heart. Josie, she just had knee replacement last Friday. She's in recovery mode. But she has 3 fully automated businesses. And there's no reason that can't happen for you too. It's from so much jumping, from excitement. That's right, she wore out her knee joints. All right, so I want to get into a bigger conversation before I go into the details of our e-commerce master's program, which I want to give you the full details of. I touched on it very briefly yesterday. Today I sat down with a handful of you, limited time, but explained it. But this is going to go deeper, okay? So, you know, it's interesting. We talk about these 3 pillars of e-commerce success, which are quiz time. Debbie knows first is cash flow. Next is assets. And the last, systems. Yeah. So we're going to talk about assets. The biggest asset. Oh, thank you, my dear. You said it. It's you. All right. And here's my observations from spending a full day talking with members. The biggest asset is your ability to tap into the courage inside you, that what I saw, and I understand it, trust me, I do. along the way, you hit upon some fears. I know you do. We're all human. We all face it. I still do. I have Coach Kurt. He's my mentor, and he helps me, right? I have fears. We all do. There's no one who is exempt from that, where you kind of feel this resistance and you're kind of afraid. And so in business, we play at a different level because it all rests and resides on you, right here on your shoulders. And that's kind of a frightening proposition, and some of the folks mentioned that in the room. I've never been my own boss. I'm used to taking orders. I come from the military. You were told when to wake up. Dun, 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 dun. Now this is a new world. Others said, and I've been this employee. I don't know how to be my own boss, but I want to be a boss. In fact, we came up with a fun, what was it called? Boss Mom. And I told her, I said, well, here's the deal, honey. You have a boss mentor. And I said, you are going to book that second appointment with Danita. I said, and she said, when is she? And she did it. And I said, when are you going to get that shipment out? She said, July 31st. I said, no, it's not going to be July 31st. I think about Christina Leo at the e-commerce funnel mastery in March. And we were doing a consultation. Craig, you had a consultation with me and Brian, and then it was Christina. And I said, what do you want to get done? And she said, well, I want to start doing Facebook Lives. I said, when are you going to do it? We can talk about it, can't we? We can sit there and talk about it till the sun goes down. But I said, when are you going to do it? Well, the end of this week. There. I said it, kind of like when you gave your date, July 31st. And I'm like, okay, that's interesting. I'm like, Sharon, what day is it today? July 20th. I said, 31st, you say, huh? I said, no, so when do you work? Yeah, I work 1 to 11. Okay, I'm doing the numbers in my head on the calendar. I'm going, honey, that should happen before July 31st, right? And then so we got you moving forward, because I said, that's the first thing we got to get done. Because she's had a shipment of books, about 50. I'm like, they're not making money in your house. So back to my story with with Christina, and about this roadblock of fear. This is something we got to deal with, because the biggest asset is you. It really is. You may not feel that way in a lot. I know that's what you told me, so we got to change that. Anyways, with Christina, and she's brilliant. She's a CPA. She's done extremely well. In fact, Barb, I don't know if Barb is still here. Yeah, you watched that interview with Brian and Christine, and you are here today as a result of that interview. In fact, you went straight to e-commerce masters intensive because of that interview, and you're like, these are intelligent people, and they don't have a Lamborghini behind them. Yes, there's no Lamborghini. This is silly. I'm tired of seeing Lamborghinis in the background. They're just talking like business professionals. You know what I'm talking about? Anyway, so Christina says, she said, oh, by the end of this weekend. I said, oh, I didn't even tell her. I said, yeah, we'll see about that one. And so we get into the room, for which this is the e-commerce funnel mastery. And so we're in it at the round table. How many of, maybe not anyone here is, Candida has. You were there in March. So we had the round table day. So we do 2 days of training, then it's round table where the experts go from table to table. And I thought, Christina's going to be I'm going to be at her table next. So we get to her table, and I opened up my phone. I said, Christina, we're going to do a Facebook Live right now. We are? Yeah, we're going to do a Facebook Live right now. So I'm in the room. She told me her goal is for Saturday. I'm thinking, that's so not going to happen. It's going to happen a lot sooner. And so she's with her peers. Christina has been with us. She was a longtime subscriber of mine, learning what's called attraction marketing. I was teaching prior to doing e-commerce. So she had followed me. Ann goes into e-commerce. She's going to do e-commerce. And so in our community, and this is really critical, you need to be in a loving, caring environment. You just do. You have to be nurtured as an entrepreneur. You don't need to have a whip to your back. Have you felt loved and nurtured even though I pushed you along as a boss mentor?
Not blossom yet, but yeah, it's still.
It was loving and caring. And I'll tell you why it's loving and caring. I'm like, no, honey, you need to get results like now. That's loving and caring. True as a parent, wouldn't you feel that way? Right? I want to get her results now. And I could tell there was a roadblock. So back to Christina. So we do that Facebook Live. She's a rock star. I knew she would be, and here's why. She knew her material. She was a topic expert on it. It's very interesting about negative ions and whatnot. Clothing that is negative ions. I can't explain it, but she can. And I said, that was really awesome. You know what? Now let's go over to my Ann Sieg page and let's do it over there too. Because there is something about repetition, isn't there? I thought, it's not good enough for her to do just one. I want to send her off with grease slides and into momentum. I want to see her soar, in other words. Would that be a good idea? So we do that because I did on my personal page, and I said, well, let's go to my Ann Sieg page. I got about 23,000 people there, so that'll be good for you to get some exposure. I hope that's okay with you. Okay, Ann. And then I said, we did that, and her peers were there supporting her. Rich Ziegler was at that table supporting her. Donald Cleaver, I hope they're watching right now. Candida knows these guys all too well. They're at the master's group level, and they're supporting her and loving in on her. And the whole group gives way to help launch their fellow member get to the next level. Are you kind of tracking with me what that looked like in that moment? So then I said, okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to go to your page and do a Facebook Live. So now we're on 3 Facebook Lives, right? Her third one. My page, Ann? Yeah, your page, your friends. We're going to do that. So then I find out subsequent to that, she made $3,000 to $4,000 from doing those Facebook Lives. That's momentum. And so when you want to feel good about your business and feel like you're that boss mama, it comes through results. You get results, and all of a sudden, you're getting stature. I was asked of Candida up here, the first aha, right, as I recall, it was my first sale. Wasn't that your answer? I got results. And someone here was jumping up and down. They got your first sale, right? You were talking about how exciting that was. And you go, it works. Didn't all of you feel that sense of, it works, instead of just hearing about other stories, which, okay, great, you hear others. But it's not real until it's your story. So I read Joshua chapter 1 every morning, and it's about being bold and being courageous. I read it every morning. Because you know what? You are going to have to show up bold, and you are going to have to show up courageous in your business. Okay? I'll tell you why. You show up timid is what you're going to get. Right? And then how are people, you want to have your kids join you in your business, we got to show up bold, right? For those of you, many of you are building this with your business. You got to show up bold. So here's what has driven and motivated me and what I tapped into. Gotta get a quick sip of water. So, all right. My mother-in-law had gone to Cape Canaveral on after she retired, she did many, many, many trips. And so she'd come back from every trip and give my kids little gifts, that she picked up at the gift store. And one was a magnet from Cape Canaveral, and it said, oh my gosh, David, I hope you remember the magnet. I know what it is. It's from, I think, the Apollo 13. Failure is not an option. Okay, and so this was in 2004, and I was working with Coach Kurt, and I was learning consultative selling. I was having to do cold calling to leads. Anybody ever done that before? Do you think you ever hit rejection when you're doing that? I didn't have Amazon. This opportunity is so amazing and beautiful. You don't have to do cold calling with this, do you? You don't have to do all that stuff, but that's what I had available at that time. I thought, okay, fine. I was homeschooling at that time, my 3 sons, and I had that magnet on a filing cabinet. That sat right across from me as I was working. There was that magnet. Failure is not an option. And I had made this decision to pursue this because I was going to get my husband home. I kind of went into mad woman mode. I mean, sometimes this is what locks in. I was in mad woman mode. So I'm homeschooling, and I told the boys, I said, okay, look, here's the deal. Mom's going to school, and I'm going to be, schooling in the morning for myself because I'm learning some new stuff. And then I instructed them, this is my youngest, you know what, when the door is closed, you don't come in. Yeah, you go back and do your schooling, but then it would happen, they'd sneak in with the Post-it note and whatnot. But all to say, what really motivated me, my boys were not going to see their mama fail. I didn't care how hard it was. And I tell you, I always pushed myself. I was trained to do benchmarking for performance. So it was everything was on physical, and I would track how many dials, how many da-da-da-da. Everything was track, which fit me very naturally because I was in the sports world, and how many push-ups did I do, how many leg lifts, and I track, because I knew I had to get strong in order to be good as a gymnast. I had to do the same in business. Why do you think I created the end-of-day tracker? It wasn't just for fun. Hey, let's have fun doing this. No. It's about business, all right? So I was tracking my efforts in this way, and I had something to prove. Yes, I wanted to get my husband home, but I wanted my children, my sons, to see when their mama set their mind to something, it was as good as done. Okay? And that's how you have to feel about it, because the impact is so profound. You don't know, for every action that you take, you don't know the ripple effect you have. Every action. You come into a store and you're talking to the manager, you have a ripple effect in that person's life. That ripple can go into thousands of people's lives. That's how powerful. You transformed an entire neighborhood, my dear, Ruth Ellen here, because she took the initiative. I'm not going to run in fear from a bad neighborhood. She went in and she helped transform a neighborhood and turn around all these gangster kids. Hats off. You know, yeah, that's movie material. So that's taking the initiative. And that's what I want you to do to show up in your business. I really wanted to have this conversation because it supersedes anything else we do here. And sometimes you just really need someone to believe in you. Like I was talking with you earlier. I'm going to have you become mama boss. Because she said, I want to be my own boss. And when someone tells me that, I'm going to take them very seriously and hold them to it. Like, for me, I'm not messing around then. You say you want to be your own boss? I'm going to help you be your own boss. Right? Don't you want someone to believe in you and that level and say, then let's do this. You know, we're going to link arms and it's going to be real tight. It's going to be real tight. So here's what you're going to do. Boom, boom, boom. Right? I need that. Coach Kurt has done that with me. We all have our fears and hurdles. So the asset you want to build in yourself is boldness and courage. Becoming fearless. Because most of all the stuff of these fears are just kind of made up things in our head that we dance with. True? We're going to put those to rest together as a community. All right, so what I want to do is share with you about the e-commerce master's program. We only have 20 seats. A number of them have already been taken today. And that is because we are doing a one-on-one strategy roadmap heading into Q4, but the conversation that supersedes that as we map this out is we want to know your long play. You know, someone here today said they want to retire in the Philippines. Oh, they had to fly out early. Imi and her husband David, he said, I want to retire in the Philippines. Great. Now I know where his end destination is, and there's a lot of things we can do to help structure and make that path possible for him. My son works in China, so a lot of things are possible. Danita's living in Italy now, right? So we go with the long play, where do you want to be, and we reverse engineer that. We have a very vast network of connections. You know, especially in the master's program, I really get to know people. I'm reviewing their accountability reports every week on Monday, and I get to know people really, really, really well. And the more I know their business and I make a connection and a referral, I go, oh, you know what? I know a business owner in XYZ. I can help you out. Just like today, we had a conversation over here with Kathy and Chris for the parts business, and we have a member, Rich Ziegler, who could be a very valuable connection. I'll tell you, one connection can take your business to the next level very, very quickly. Your network determines your net worth. All right, so I'm going to buzz through this about Q1. So our goal here is big stuff is going to happen this year. Some of you will dawdle along, and some of you are going to just blast out. It's just how it plays out. Everyone plays out differently for everybody. I hope you all blast off, because that's what I want for you. So we're going to help catapult you. You saw Brian, zip-lining it through the Costa Rica jungles or something like that? Yeah, I mean, man, I'll tell you what, I'm impressed with that, Brian. I was a gymnast, but I don't know about that zip-line thing. Anyway, so we want that to be you, minus, maybe not the big stuff underneath there, but it is meant to, catapult, slingshot, however you want to think of it, because of the massive money potential in Q4. By the way, I didn't say hi to the live streamers. We are live streaming now, right? And is it on Facebook too? Oh, only Facebook. Hey there, people on Facebook, feel free to write in any comments along the way. All right, so the Amazon Q4 selling season gets a little crazy. How many of you here now in attendance have been through an Amazon Q4 selling season yet? I think we have most. All right, the hands are up in the back. Okay. Anyone who has. Okay, so this means this is all new to you, isn't it? So you're going to, I warn people ahead, and once it happens, they go, oh, wow, now I know what you mean, Ann. So collectively, our team of trainers, it's 29 seasons of Q4. And there is unique preparation, right, Danita and Brian? You just prepare. You gotta, as best you can. So Brian's in is this going to be your 12th, this or 11th? 11th. So lots behind him. So it gets busy. Our record-breaking holiday shopping weekend, Cyber Monday, once again becomes the single biggest shopping day in the company's history with the most products ordered worldwide. They're the beast. That's who we're aligned with, is the beast, the behemoth. Amazon warehouse. Let's see if I can get my little red thing to show. Oh, maybe not. Oh, well, that's all right. 1 million items a day. Okay, it gets really, really, really busy, known as sales velocity. Now, this I found, 2018, third-party sellers accounted for 58%. 58% of all physical goods sold through Amazon. In 1999, they were just 3% of Amazon's retail operations. Jeff Bezos has mega bragging rights because he was a super smart man who knew how to create the third-party seller platform. Brilliant plan. And the whole reason is because of their claim, which is the world's Earth's largest selection, or what is it, something like that. So he needed us to help him out. Did you know even after finding a product on a competitor's website, so they go find it, then where do they go right after? Let me jump over to Amazon. We know people go to shoe stores, physical stores, and what do? Then they go home and they order on Amazon. They order online. True? Are any of you, do you do that once in a while? So, happens. It does happen. So we are found because of all that other search activity that people have done, whether at someone else's website or physical, and then they come here, and you, my friends, are ready and waiting for them. True? Okay? So, since the start of the year, Amazon, this is big news. This was released in June, I believe. Amazon has released 50 new tools and services for sellers, including brand analytics and global registration for selling in multiple markets worldwide. They are heavily, heavily invested into the third-party seller platform. Some people, oh man, will they take this away? Are you kidding? We're driving Amazon, and Jeff Bezos brags on it in their annual report when he does his talk. So they just keep investing into the resources. Brian is brand registry through his business, Stir Crazy Gifts. All right, Amazon, I have to share these kind of stats because, let's just face it, this is mostly baby boomers. Mostly, right? Mostly. All right, but look what's coming. This is the future. Amazon is the favorite shopping site of 43% of American teenagers. Can anybody doubt that? My boys did this 15 years ago. My son Rob, the one in China. Yeah, Mom and Dad, I sent you my list of Amazon. What is that called for the wish list? Well, that's awful convenient of you, Rob. And it actually is, and when the grandparents, I don't know what to get them. Well, if you go to Amazon, you'll see Rob's wish list. It's mostly Star Wars stuff. Right, Justin? Anyway, so that's an interesting stat, isn't it? They're working hard to get these people because it's the future. Millennials shop at Amazon twice as often as baby boomers. So here we are. We're going to sell to them. How about that? Do you kind of like that? We're flipping it around. You're going to buy from us. All right, so there they are. 2/3 of American homes have Prime memberships. It's 109 million people strong. Yeah, 2/3. That's crazy. And they buy, I forget statistically, 3 times more. It's significantly more than your average Amazon buyer. I'm a Prime. I love it because I like they spoil me rotten with the 2 free day shipping. All right? They now operate, this one shocked me. I had this stat from like a PowerPoint 3 years ago. I'm like, what? 75? How many of you have an Amazon warehouse in your town? It's in here. Put the hands up. Let's just get a feel up high. This is worthy of a photo. I don't know if anyone can grab it.
And they do allow visitation, as a matter of fact, I'm
Oh,
scheduling
yes.
my 7-year-old grandson.
They do.
Back to
Yep. Oh, Dave's going to.
do it for.
Let's see if we can hold those hands up. Yep. This is the stat. This is the stat. Shakopee is our newest. Dave was driving for Amazon. He would pull inside their massive warehouse and then deliver. Thank you, everybody. Yeah. Where is that going to be 5 years from now? Seriously. I think this was like 20 some. Brian, isn't this stunning? Did you know it's 75 now?
Nope, I didn't know.
I mean, it's going to be in almost every city, right? And we get to be in front of this whole movement. All right, now let's talk about our own members, though, shall we? Let's talk about some interesting stats. 200,000 small and medium-sized businesses surpassed 100,000 in sales in Amazon stores in 2018. Let me see if I can I get this to work? There we go, yay. All righty, so that's kind of a curious stat. I'm thinking that they're referring to first time, all right, but I don't know. It didn't clarify that. But, let's see here now. This is Martha, she started February of last year, and she reported in, and this is what she did in 14 months, 306,000, right? She posted this on our e-commerce cash flow. This is strictly from local retail arbitrage with no fancy methods. She didn't do multi-pack. She didn't do, what's the other, bundles. Yeah. She just did your good old scanning, right? And so that means, and we have a lot of these folks who have done this. We're part of it, the e-commerce business school, of that number, of that 200,000. That's a good feeling. This is Martha, who did $74,070 in 1 month. Now, I love this story. That's in her 10th month in the business. She's not messing around. Think she's boss lady? Yeah, Martha's boss lady. And so there it is, 74,000. What I love about it is what Brian did as a boss mentor. I think we need some branded T-shirts, by the way, that all the coaches get to wear.
She thought she was only going to do 25
For 1 month or the whole quarter?
for that month. She
For
thought
that
she
month,
was
so
gonna do
what-
25.
Go ahead, what happened?
I said, oh no, it's more like 75. You're going to do 75 with your current rate. Almost got it. Didn't
There you go.
Almost.
Boom, because she had a boss mentor that pushed her, right? Sometimes we need pushing, right, to get to the next level. I think most of you are begging that because you want to get to your dreams. All right. Danita! Yay, Danita! She is in Italy. Now has her home there, and here she flew over to train us. That was her first. It's from, there you go, boom, 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 November to December. That was 1 month, 39,000. She started in July. You started with local retail arbitrage in July. This is the month of July, correct? Yes. There you go. This is Shatanya, did 400,000. Their friend who they brought in the program so they could have friendly competition. Embrace the competition here. Janita, I know you had Nina as your partner in that. And so their friends reached 500. They didn't cry in their soup over that. They're like, way to go, right? All right, and here's Laura. Ta-da! This was a lot of fun. All righty, and I'm so pleased about this. Deborah has a disabled husband and a disabled adult daughter. We have a lot of people who are caregivers. A bunch of you I know are. And so there I've surpassed the 10K mark, 30 days. She was absolutely thrilled. She is having a strong impact into her family economy. All right, here's Nathan, 40,000 in just under 4 months. He went on to buy a house. And there is Tim, 50,000 in exactly 7 months. So Q4 is coming. It's time to stack up the cash to catapult you into 2020. That's what our main goal is here. Whether you move forward with the MP or not, some of you are going to move forward. It's going to be the perfect fit for you. Some of you won't. All right? Either way, we want to have you push as hard and as aggressively as you can because it's going to allow you to do things that, with that newfound money, hire a VA, whatever. Okay? So you're going to be hustling, get in our rocket ship, big time to make this happen, just like Martha, Danita, and so many others. We want to give you ongoing close support and mentorship during the entire Q4 season, along with our big Q4 launch pad. This is exciting. It's our first time ever, right? Who better to help your launch pad than our EBS fleet of highly successful e-commerce sellers and trainers, a combined experience of 29 Q4 selling seasons. Brian, Danita, Josie. Josie is absolutely a beast. Kay, talk about hustle, and Kathleen Clary. All righty, so introducing our first ever Q4 Crush It Online Summit. So I'm going to have Brian come up. We're going to go through this together. This is brand new. We've never done an online summit. And it was actually Coach Kurt's idea, and I thought, perfect. And you have noted the focus here this weekend is to get you into as big a momentum as possible. This is 2 full days, 100% focused on Q4. Whether you are in print on demand, wholesale, private label, it doesn't matter which sourcing method. This particular workshop is all on arbitrage, okay? There are other methods that our members in, Shopify, etc. So I'm going to have Brian come on up and explain. Do you want to just let's see what's next year? There it is.
Yeah.
There's the dates. Yay.
Okay, August 9th and 10th. When is Q4? No, come on. When is Q4 for you guys? Now. That's right. For business owners, Q4 starts in July, because this is when we start to ramp up, because for the customer, it starts in October, November, and December. We need to be thinking about this now. This is perfect timing. So August 9th and 10th, actually, you don't want to wait any longer than this to be doing your prep work. So here's what we'll cover. Okay, here's what we're going to cover. Did I get it right? Yes. There's 12 sessions here. Q4 selling season, how to double your annual profits, just 3 months of the year. Now, by profits, we're talking actually profits. You see, your sales are going to be one thing, but if you look at how much profit you make there in 3 months compared to the profit that you make in 9 months, that's double what you make in 9 months. And actually, it really happens in about a 40-day, 45-day period there, right before Thanksgiving to right before Christmas. The sales just go like this. So my top selling product was probably, I was doing close to 100 units a day of it there at the peak. Just a silly coffee mug. And it was just, that's what it does there at that time. It goes crazy. This is seasonal selling. People have to have things. They come to Amazon, and of course they buy it. And that's when we really make bank, is during this time period. So what you need to know is what does sell at this time of year. You've got to understand the whole Q4 landscape here of what people are buying and how to take advantage of that. So we set this up so you understand that. That's the very first session. The second session here is how to evaluate products. You'll have access to the 5-step formula, which is a training that I've done about the 5 different fundamental elements of understanding profitable products on Amazon. So in here, we're looking at existing products. You're all selling, right now, arbitrage products. They already exist on Amazon, right? So you understand how to evaluate profit with that? Right. All the time? Do you really understand why products are profitable? How to predict if that product's going to be profitable? We have a lot of training on that. You've got a lot. This is going to be even more because the 5-step formula here has the fundamentals of this, so you can really understand profitable products for existing products. I'm going to talk about new products in a moment on Amazon. Any product that is already on Amazon, you'll understand why it is profitable and how to look at a product and predict that profit with it.
I got to put in one little plug. Brian trained on this topic at ASD Market Week. The room was so packed that the fire marshal closed the doors on that topic because ASD is now flooded with Amazon sellers. The room was packed out on that.
It's like Amazon's a mystery. Why do things sell so well? Why does that particular product of mine sell, 100 units a day? Why? Well, this is why. And I'll help lay it out in a way that you can understand it and give you a tool that you can be able to work out the numbers for yourself. Number 3, wholesale and replenishable products. Finding hidden gem suppliers and products to replenish your stock quickly. So this is by Dr. Josie Shepard and Candida Lillard. So you saw what Candida is doing now, and she's focusing on replenishables. Those are products, along with wholesale products, that you don't have to go spending time sourcing. You do it once, you find the product, and then you can simply go back to the same supplier to order again and again and again. That's what makes life easy when you have that type of relationship with the supplier. And of course, that's why Josie doesn't do arbitrage. That's why she only does wholesale and private label, because they're replenishable products. Number 4, holiday decorative products by Danita. People buy more than just gifts at Christmas time. They buy decorations. What else do they do at Christmas? They bake. Okay, there's stuff that I hadn't even thought about, all the Christmas baking that they do. They decorate and they party, they entertain, don't they? You know how many plate sets, paper plate sets like this that you can sell? And that's a bundle right there. We'll talk about that in a moment. So there's lots of other products that do very well. These are seasonal products, and there's a seasonal trend to them. And Candida will show you how to recognize that trend for this type of products, how to identify these products. 5, product bundles. The secret to virtually eliminating competition, even on some of the most popular products. So when you find a really good product that's selling well, and there's 20 or 30 or 40 or 50 other sellers on it, what else could you do? Make a multi-pack. Make a bundle it with some other products. And you know, this was unfortunate that I chose ketchup. I should have chosen something that was used in baking, right? Mm-hmm. But also for other gifts, people buy multiples of those gifts. I don't know what to get the family members. I don't know what to get the in-laws. Oh, look at this. There's 5 in-laws, and this is a 5-pack. Problem solved. So they buy multi-packs of items so they can give one to all different kinds of people. So multi-packs sell. Putting bundles together, that sells. If you do bundles, there's something else that you have to understand. You can't just take a top-selling product, add some other products with it, and turn it into a bundle and expect it to sell. How many products are available on Amazon? Millions and millions, right? So you put another product, where is it going to be found on Amazon? You don't know, do you? With the products that you're selling now, because they're existing on Amazon, they have a sales rank, they show up in search, they have a proven sales history, and we take advantage of that. But with a new product, that's a mystery. So, this isn't showing there. That's weird. Anyway, this one is for evaluating existing or not existing, brand new products to Amazon. Again, they have to be evaluated in a certain way that is different from evaluating existing products. So with the new product, you're evaluating the other products on Amazon rather than the other sellers on Amazon for competition. The 5-step formula goes into how to do that. So you have a step-by-step way of analyzing that. And will this product, this new bundle that I'm going to create, because it's a brand new listing, have an opportunity to succeed? You need to understand that before you create a bundle, before you create a new product listing. Once you do create a new product listing, you've got to be able to construct a product page. How many people here have created a product page? We've got one. Wow, yeah. There's a lot to it, isn't there? You've done it? You've done a brand new product page? Okay. There's quite a bit to it, isn't there? And variations. That's a lot more. Yes, doing variations. When you create product pages, you want to do it right. And for your product to be found in search, that requires keywords and using the right keywords, relevant keywords and keywords that are under a lot of demand, a lot of people searching for them. How do you place those keywords in? Dr. Josie Shepard will show you exactly how to put the keywords where they belong so that your product gets indexed well for search. She'll show you a way to make your product page be attractive. Extra photos, the way to do the bullets right, product description right. Along with that, Kathleen Cleary, Coach Kathleen Cleary, will show you how to write ad copy that's attractive and compelling to customers. So it's not just a keyword-loaded title. It's actually a title that people can read and say, oh, that makes sense. I want that product. Features, benefits. She'll show you how to lay that out for the title, for the bullets right here, over in that part, and the product description, all of that writing so your product page makes people want to buy it. You got a brand new product, right? or even if it's just a wholesale product or replenishable. You can sell more of those if you can promote them. And this is a way to make your product stand out here. So how to stand out from a crowd of sellers by instantly drawing customers' eyes to your listing. And right here, see this coupon right here? There's another type of promo code that you can use, and I'm going to show you how to create these. By the way, this one is a piece of cake to create, and less than 1% of Amazon sellers actually use these coupons, and they don't have to be very much. That one says save 20%. You can do them as little as like 3% and get attention on your listing so it makes the listing stand out in search. People are scanning search results of all these different products, and your eyes automatically go to that. And I use promotions on all of my listings. Number 10, sponsored product ads. Dr. Josie Shepard again, turning $1 into $3 with Amazon's most underrated tool. Who's heard of PPC? Yeah, about half the room here, PPC. Pay per click. Well, that's what Amazon product sponsored ads are. And she has a very systematic way of doing these for your products. Now, you don't want to do this on products that you just have a few. This takes a little bit of time to set up. But on your products that you can get again and again, your replenishable products, it makes total sense to use these. And she'll show you how to use them well. By the way, this is search results. See those two red boxes? They're the first two items that show up in search. They paid their way to be that place in search. They just bid on it, and there they are. The top 3 listings, I should say that too. The top 3 positions are the most purchased products on Amazon. Of any search, they get 67% of the sales for a search is the first 3 product positions. Number 11, Amazon Q4 necessities, how not to leave money on the table, avoiding the biggest Q4 mistakes for maximum sales and maximum profits by Danita Zonre. Who wants to sell toys for Christmas? Yeah, lots of hands going up for that. Are you selling toys now? Anybody not selling toys yet? Did you know you'll get locked out of it? You won't have the opportunity? Unless you follow what Danita has to say. She'll make sure that you can sell toys for Q4. Yes, you should talk. Or you should come to this. Just come to this. There are lots of requirements here to have your products available for sale by key selling times, key selling dates. She's going to fill you in on that, plus all the other little nuances that go into having a successful Q4 selling season. And lastly, this is a lot of work. I kid you not. Q4 is a lot of work for us. We really hustle. Those that, like Martha that has $74,000 a month, she really hustled to make that happen. You're busy. And Kay knows this busyness very well. She's going to show you how to do simple things in your life to make it so much easier to be successful at this time period. So she'll be showing you how to prep yourself and prep your business, all the supplies that you're going to need to have on hand. By the way, you're going to see things sell that you would have had no idea that was going to sell in the volume that it's going to sell. I had to shut down my business 2 Q4s before for a day at a time because I ran out of supplies. I didn't have boxes to send my products, and I had orders were stacking up, and I had to turn off my sales. That kind of sucks. I was not prepared for this. She'll show you how to be prepared. We want you to take advantage of Q4, not because we want you to have a $74,000 month, but we want it to be the catapult into next year. Because when you come out at the end of that time period and you have this extra cash in your pocket, you're able to say, okay, that was great. I could take a breath. Now what do I want to do in my business? And this enables you. It sets you up for next year. So it's really cool that it comes at the end of the year. I mean, I thank you very much that Christmas season is then, because then it sets you up for, oh, now I get it. Now I can plan now for the following Q4. What do I really want in my business? And you'll be enabled to do that because you have some cash in your pocket to be able to take advantage of where you want your business to be in another year. Ann said 3 years, 5 years? Yeah, that's what we're thinking of too. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. All right. Was this off or is it on now? It's on. Yay. I have Brian to thank for that. He put this all together in very rapid succession because he heads up our whole coaching and mentorship team. And so they came together and he had, 2 weeks. Boom. He had it all in place. And so a big thank you to Brian. This was Coach Kurt's idea and inspiration. I thought, absolutely. We need it all solid on Q4, 2 full days. It is all online, and if we know a lot of you are working, they are recorded, but you want to make as many as you can of those, and that is August 8th and 9th, okay? So I'm going to go into, I got to find the clicker. Oh, sorry, thank you. Thank you. We have people who are taking notes. I've seen Ann. And I've got a handout to make it a lot easier. So what is next here? The Dr. Josie story. I've been kind of bragging on her something fierce, haven't I? I feel very happy for her. I mean, this is, a senior for which we have a lot of people in the senior age group who all they have is their Social Security. And then it's kind of that proverbial, pun, if you will. Oh, yeah, all I can be able to do is push carts out at Walmart. Not anymore, right? So this is Dr. Josie. She was certified there in the summer of 2014. She came in as a student prior to that. So here's what Josie figured out. There are 2 essential keys to scaling your business. You can't do it by yourself. You need help. And that's especially as you head into Q4. It's going to get really, really busy. And number 2, you need a system to train and manage your team. Now, I think, quite honestly, this was after she had been through about 3 years of this going, I'm getting kind of pooped and this needs to change. I mean, by that time she was 73. Maybe this was at 72. I don't remember the exact chronology, but she was just feeling the effect. I can't keep up with this beast. Like Brian said, having to turn off. Can you imagine how painful that would be? Because you couldn't keep up with the sales. That's got to be so painful. So this is from Hard Lessons Learned. And so she has told people, in fact, the number 1 piece of advice from her, you hire that VA sooner or before you think you need that VA. Is her advice about getting a VA. So Josie has 2 Amazon stores with fully automated overseas teams of virtual assistants. When I say automated, it's really true. And these are her assistants. One is in India and the other is in the Philippines. And then one gal apparently manages over both, I think is the situation. And basically that master manager says, Josie, I'm not doing my job if you have to show up and check in on us. And so I'm like, that's boss woman, right? Do you all want someone like that? And listen, honey, you just keep going and having some fun because we got it covered here, right? So that's a pretty sweet deal. She trained them very, very well. She got the mad woman mode kind of thing. Basically what happened, because she started with wholesale, she didn't even know of arbitrage. So she went straight into wholesale, and she has a picture where her dining room table is overflowing. Pretty soon the whole garage was full, and her husband, she'd have to say, honey, you can't pull into the garage today. It's full of products. And that's when it kind of came to a head where, okay, I'm going to have to do something about this. This is her 2nd shipping center. The first was just a really small, I don't know how many square feet. It was pretty small to meet her needs. Then she got ambitious at age 73. Actually, Brian, she's had that shipping center for 5 years, quite a while. She's, time flies. She's been in business quite a while now. But all to say, guess what her calling card is? I don't know if that's on the next slide. She is featured in Amazon Seller Central Back Office. How many of you can say you are partnered with the world's biggest online retailer in the world, headed towards $1 trillion valuation? Janita, you are partnered with them. We all are. She actually has a referral. She gets business sent by Amazon to her shipping center. And her son in Thailand runs it for her. So Josie started her e-commerce career at age 70, and in a 5-year sprint, now has 3 walkaway income businesses. When you meet her, you can stand and give her an ovation. I think it's huge. And this can happen for you too. And I'll tell you why. She's giving you the shortcuts. She figured it out. She's a smart lady. She's a smart cookie. And so we were at E-commerce Funnel Mastery and the whole panel of experts thing. I said, so how much time do you put in your business every day? And that's when she said, about 20 minutes. I'm like, are you serious? 20? Well, okay, I put in 30, Josie. What do you think, 80-20 team? Do I do 30 minutes a day at least? Yeah, I put in 30. Anyways, she has what's known as a non-owner reliant business. It works with or without her. Would you like that? Okay, she's got the keys to the kingdom. I see a lot of hands or heads nodding up and down. She has carved the way. That's her husband, Jeff. All righty. So by implementing systems and teams into her business, she gets to do what she loves. She has such a thirst for training. She'll be at Estes Park. And we said, Josie, would you be available for doing a wholesale EMI? Oh, Ann. She's just like, she's Skyping me. Ann, I would love to do that. Ann, I really, really would love to do that. Okay, I get the idea, Josie. This is Josie at ASD Market Week. We did walkthroughs. And there's Mike Farrell, one of our members, but she was training our members. This is a vendor here. So we are featured there. And this is Josie training in this very room. She's trained many, many, many times over. So here's how you can strategically use your Q4 cash flow to catapult you into an automated, scalable business. It can happen next year. 100%. Okay? Actually, ASD Market Week. That's ASD. It stands for, Affordable Shopping Destination, I believe, is what it stands for. That's a big, huge trade show, largest consumer goods trade show in the U.S., hosted in Vegas. Las Vegas? Yeah. Okay. Yep. So that's where we've trained. All right, so we're going to talk about this real quickly, the 3 success pillars of a successful e-commerce business. We've touched on it, but it bears repetition because we want you to understand this. You guys know the drill. Cash flow, that's what you're doing here this weekend. This is all about that. Assets, that team of VAs, that's an asset. Someone will buy that business because you've trained them all up, right? So when you get into that part, that's what's going to happen there. And systems, Josie had to sit down and map this all out. That was all up in her head. She had to get it down into writing, just like a McDonald's franchise. All right, so the first pillar, cash flow and profitability, is you want to learn and execute the basic methods and activities of your business from start to finish. You got to understand it before you hand it off to someone. Otherwise, how can you evaluate their work? True? You got to be able to say, no, I don't think so. I just rechecked, and then you explain and talk to them. Right? Focus on getting your business working and profitable. That's the phase that you're all at right now. This one here. Some of you have gone beyond that. Whoops. All righty. Let's do this thing. There we go. The third? Where's the second? Build and acquire assets. Add materials, inventory, and resources that increase your business's size and scope. This is the beginning of creating real scale in your business. So right here, this is a very important one. This is about developing relationships with vendors. So we've had Tim Coyle train in this room last year, at Trifecta actually. He had owned a brick and mortar trophy shop in Southern California. He had already been wholesaling for quite some time with his trophy material. He knows how to develop those relationships. Not everybody does. Some people start off terrified. I blew on really miserably, and Kurt said, from now on, just tell them that you're new, and that if they wouldn't mind helping you through this process. That's a good idea, Kurt. It was very embarrassing. He's like, it's okay, Ann. Anyways, but this is a skill. And so Tim has a Rolodex of about 100 different vendors that he has a working relationship with, and they will inform him of when, hey, we've got a new line of products, and he's got first dibs and he's in line because he knows how to create those highly valued relationships. Do you think that list that he developed is worth something? If he were to sell that business, you're darn tootin'. My son in China has been to over 100 factories. He has something called Guanji, and Guanji means trust. And in China, you don't do any business until you have a trust-based relationship. He's been with 100 different factory owners. All right, and here is the example of, who knows what this one is about? Print on demand. So you can create a brand like Brian has, Stir Crazy Gifts. All right, and the third pillar is to implement systems. We teach you that from day one. Always think in systems. When Josie reached all her success, I was like, oh my gosh, you did it, Josie. She said, Ann, you taught me that, because she had been in my previous training company. So develop standardized routines, right? And all of your routines are different. every single one of you, and you're going to hone those and optimize them, and then install automated software or services. Any of you using software? Have any of you added any additional software since you started? It creates higher efficiency, doesn't it? Yeah. Increasing your business's productivity while saving time. All right, so we're going to get into the e-commerce master's program. You're all going to get a handout. Everything's written down for you. I'm actually not going to, well, maybe I will go through the slides, but I'm going to have David and Clark pass this out and just bring you up to speed on what the master's program is about. We have a special offer, and that is today. Those of you online, you're going to have to wait. We're going to give you the link after everyone here in the room who showed up has the opportunity first to take dibs on. There's remaining 13 seats. Sharon, I think that's it. I don't know if you've added up, but I think that's it. 13 seats that are available, and that is because, well, yes, it's a lot of effort to put together that online summit. The reason is we're going to sit down with you and create that roadmap. How many of you, I know it can't be too many, but you've had a roadmap session with us? Whoever is in EMP, you have been through that. Barb, Leandra, Craig, you two have gone through. And you have a guide who sticks with you by your side. You have a guide who sticks with you by your side. That just flowed. Anyways, so we're going to talk about that, and I'm going to need my reading glasses. So here's the main difference of the e-commerce master's program. It's really where people level up, and you will have every training resource possible available to you. The whole gamut of our arbitrage training courses, all the way on up to sourcing from China. And by no means does it mean you are expected to go through all these trainings. It's almost impossible, okay, because it's so comprehensive. Wholesale, private label, Shopify, print on demand, it's extremely comprehensive. Most importantly is to know where you want to be for your long play, for your lifestyle 3 to 5 years from now. Vision casting, that you know where you want to be. Then we reverse engineer that and craft a roadmap for you. This is the physical format of our 33-page business manual. We have it online, and if you're doing this with a business partner, your spouse, whomever, you're going to go through this together. We've instructed some members today. You're going to sit down with your sweetie pie. This is your life, and we want to help you design that. So you fill this out online, 33-page business manual, and it's really an assessment of what you want to accomplish. What do you bring to the table? All of you bring something differently to the table than someone else. Different background, resources, etc. I know a big one for me, as soon as I hear that they've got kids, okay, good. Your kids will be working with you in your business. I mean, it doesn't always work that way, but I see your children as a very big asset that can help you grow your business. I'm just saying. That comes from direct experience. My eldest son and I did $20 million in sales together online. So it has worked really, really well when I model to my children that they will not see their mama fail. Failure is not an option. Can do big things that you never expect. All right, so we're going to go through this together. I'll just go through the sheet because I saw Ann writing. I thought, oh, I should just get that handout to her sooner. So the first one is, what do you receive in EMP? So let's just talk about that. The e-commerce roadmap to a 6-figure income, complete with 2 complimentary private one-on-one coaching sessions. You know what, maybe this matches it enough that oh, what the heck? Oh, I have it upside down. Boom, boom. Oh, you get to hang around with us. That's Estes Park. We're going to be there in about 6 weeks. Okay, we'll go through this together. So the roadmap is going to be done online, and it is all customized to you. And I assure you, it is highly customized. We consult as a team to make sure it's going to be a good fit for you. It's so extremely varied with each and every one of you. I have done multiple businesses. I've been online for 15 years. We had a windshield replacement business, and we also did real estate. So it's about 40 years, both online and offline, that have led to this depth of experience where I can really help advise people on their businesses. Okay, it is a 6-month program, and there's an initial payment down, and today it is $997 down to get into the application process. All right, so some people have already gone through that process today. Some of you haven't, but that's basically what it is. We have a VIP dinner tonight at 6:30. We're going to meet out in the lobby, and we're going to head out for dinner together. and that is at a $997 down payment, okay? And then it is an application. I'm going to be really frank, not everybody is accepted into the program. We're going to invest into you a lot. I mean, there's a super guide that you have meeting with you weekly. We're going to keep you on the straight and narrow. It's a lot of investment. Quite honestly, I mean, going through it with Sharon today, I'm like, oh my gosh, this program is worth so much more. There's Barbara saying it outperforms what she got through a 4-year college education. Anyways, so we are with you through that, and we want to put that into people who are really serious and that we have the confidence that we can help you, right? I'm talking about having that boldness and courage and getting you there. Let's talk about the next down from there is check and adjust calls throughout the week, Monday through Friday. And that includes the 80-20 team. Our team is together as a marketing team has done some remarkable feats. The reach has been over 500,000 people since I've been online. And out of that, so many entrepreneurs reaching success. So we're going to meet with you Monday through Friday. Different times of the day, different trainers. We give a lot of flexibility. If you can't make it, we understand you can submit your question. And as long as that coach or trainer, we forward that on to them, they're going to answer that, and you can watch the recording and get that addressed. This one is huge. I might have to have Danita pipe in about this, the Peer Mastermind and Accountability Group. Do you want to speak into that just briefly, Danita? This has been life-changing. I think today you just had lunch with one of your Peer Mastermind Group members that she met in 2015. And this is a gaggle of gals, as I understand it. The gaggle of gals who, the mastermind group, I used to call it accountability groups, and they said, Ann, please. Ann, honey, listen, it's more than an accountability group, Ann. You need to know we're masterminding. I'm like, okay, I'm sorry, I won't say it's just an accountability group, but it has really impacted your life and your business.
Oh, absolutely. Every group is different, right? I actually belong to 2 different mastermind groups. I was actually helping to create a new one. We usually try to have a mentor to help create a group, so you don't just jump in and not know what the group might be able to do for you. And I find that every group is very different because of the dynamics of the people who end up being in the group, right? The group that I love the most, obviously, is the one that I've been in the longest. And you're right, we are the gaggle of girls. But it's amazing. For example, one of the things that happened, not directly to me, I was helping with this, is one of our group members, she was absolutely brand new to retail arbitrage. And we had a little Facebook chat, a messenger chat thing going on. And she was in the store and saying, what do you think about this? What do you think about this? Should I buy this? And all day long, she was sending us little messages, and we were checking them out and saying, oh, yeah, buy that one. No, don't buy that one. Yeah. And it really helped get her business started because she was brand new and she was able to rely on the people in the group. So now after 4 years, we still get together every single week. I don't know that out of the 4 years we've been together, I think maybe we've missed 4 or 5 weeks ever. Someone has been on the call. It doesn't mean we have all made every call, but there has been a call every week, except for about a handful of weeks. We share our business successes, our business challenges. We share our life successes and challenges. We're there for each other, whether it be for just personal issues that we want to discuss, our business. We have done joint ventures with each other, helped each other figure out new products, come up with ideas for Facebook groups for like Sue, helping her figure out, because Sue's more into the attraction marketing from when Ann, before we moved to e-commerce, but Sue's really still interested in our group, even though she's not even interested in being in e-commerce, but she is so tied to this community because of the community, not because of what kind of business we're in, but because we're in it together, whatever it is. And it's just been a really wonderful experience for me to have that kind of support week in, week out. If I needed someone to talk to, I had someone there. And then, of course, it wasn't just Tuesdays. We we are constantly in contact with each other all week long. And it really allows us to have a great focus on those Tuesday calls, because we can get some of the kinks out of our questions and get over some of our difficulties before we're on the call, so that when we're there, we can really devote the time to increasing our businesses and being productive. So I really just love that group.
Awesome.
And it's wonderful. I've made some beautiful friends in this business.
Yes, you have. She's trained with them
Yes.
several times over. Thank you, Danita. All righty. So the private mastermind group, you'll be a part of that. Oh, weekly business progress video review. You'll be trained as a business owner to fill out our accountability reports, which are then forwarded on to me, and I do a video review every week, and I coach people through. I saw Candida fly through her Q2 quarterly goals, and I coach through every session, telling her where she was right on spot and just how to expand from there, and it's always so fun to see their next quarterly goals set and get that kind of coaching. Right underneath that, I'm on the right side page. If you're following along with me, Super Guide is over on the left. Opportunity or print on demand weekly mastermind. Crazy added value. Brian has been doing that for, I think it's almost a year. There must be about 46 recordings in there every Monday session. They are all recorded. They're all there for you. Opportunity for professional certification. It's not for everybody, but some people want to become a certified trainer or coach, and that becomes an optional career path for our people. The Strengths Finder equipping. The number of members already got their bag, and it includes the book called Strengths Finder, which is about playing to your strengths. You take an online assessment. Coach Kurt had me go through this about 10 years ago and coached me through that. You have first access to ongoing live training and mentorship. And then there it is on the left side, our very first ever Q4 Crush It Online Summit. So Brian gave you the complete overview of that. Brand new to EMP as a super guide. We know that people, especially at the beginning, and if you're at the arbitrage level, we have many members who upgrade. They're at arbitrage. They've got a super guide working with them weekly. And I know that Sharon has done a tremendous amount of that. She's been absolutely outstanding. She is proof of this training, EMP. She was able to quit her law firm job in that very calendar year, less than half a year. Okay, life-changing events. We've got the e-commerce mastery summit coming up. It says the dates and the location. We actually have to firm that up. It may end up in Sacramento. I apologize. We don't have that completely firmed up. But that is a 2-day summit, and we want to tack on a fun day, which is what we did a year ago in August. We were out on Lake Minnetonka on a cruise for a day, spending the time together and getting to know each other, developing those business friendships. And then we were head down working together for 2 full days in this very room. So that's the e-commerce mastery summit. UBL, we call it, the Ultimate Business Lifestyle Retreat, for which we have 2 ticket winners here this weekend. That is focused on that end goal and really developing that CEO mindset. The ambassador program. So here's the deal. We have a lot of people who are already busy referring people here into the e-commerce business school, very lovingly saying, no, I tell you what, instead of all this time working one-on-one with you, this team, that's all they do day in and day out. I don't know how they do it. They seem to work around the clock, but you need to go here. That's our ambassador program, AKA an affiliate program where you can refer people into the e-commerce business school. We are unveiling that at UBL, Ultimate Business Lifestyle Retreat. Okay? The Trifecta Workshops is a part of this. You get our complete e-commerce course stack, everything, so that we draw out of this to guide you. That whole catapulting as you come off of Q4, we're going to help guide you through that for what would be the next direction. Always, always, and especially at the EMP level, we ask, come to us, ask us. If you're in doubt, you come and you ask the experts. Don't make these decisions without us. We've gone this path before, and we can best advise you. So Brian is amazing, constantly creating new training. Like you said the other day, this has been a lot of work. It's staggering. And I've seen where other people have contributed, and it's like, sorry, not quite Brian Cumming quality. Just saying. True. Linear, step by step. That's how Brian teaches and trains. The TLC Business Leadership Mentorship. How many of you are in my book club? My monthly book club? Leandra is. We were talking about the videos. All right, that's my passion. My ultimate passion is developing leaders. developing leaders to lead in their businesses so you can have an impact on your own family, lead in your family, and have an impact on the culture. So I review a business leadership book every month, and then I train on it. And so that's a part, the masterminding is at the TLC level. Everyone can access my book club, but the mastermind is for the TLC members, where we go through the book at a deeper level. Okay, phew, where am I at now? Oh, the intensive, okay. Well, that is optional. We already had someone who joined intensive this weekend. So they're joining the ranks with you, Barb. So we already have someone at Estes Park who will be going to the intensive. So I'm not going to go into all the details of that, but I am going to tell you this much. We have people who are seeing us and who we are, and we're moving into big scaling mode. I have it happening in a local, someone from a bank who has said, Ann, I want to partner up with you on this, and he's providing a venue for me, feeding people with lunch, dinner, however. He said, Ann, you've got the floor for a full hour and a half because my people need what you have. They're people in retirement. They want to keep busy. They want to start a business. He said, Ann, I want to partner with you, and we're going to take this beyond Bentonville, and we're going to strike out. And I said, I've been wanting this for a long time, honey. Let's do this thing. And so we are in scale mode, all to say this ability to provide that one-on-one mentorship for a full day with Brian and Josie is not always going to be there and be available, because we are going to need to scale up from what is coming. And I have other people who are partnering with me that I can't go into details right now, but they see what we have. What we have is very unique and special. What we do at our level of mentorship, it's just a lot of folks aren't cut out for this kind of level of inputting into other people. It's just, here's my information course. Hope you do swell, and great, we'll see you later. That's the bulk of what's out there. This is a mentorship program. So I've got other people who are interested in taking what we have and expanding it. So all to say, there is a remaining slot for the intensive at Estes Park. The first one already got taken. So if anyone is interested in that, that's working one-on-one with Brian or Josie. Josie wants to do it on wholesale. She's itching to do that, so if that's your passion. And Brian is definitely print on demand. They both train on that. Yeah?
So you're saying if you're already registered to go to Estes Park, that would be something?
That's an addition, and it'll be on the Monday following that weekend for the intensive. So what happens is with the intensive, like Barb here, she got the e-commerce master's program as part of the intensive. So she gets this huge program, and then she had the one day with Brian, and she said, I can't even believe you offer this. And that's what I'm saying. I don't know that will continue, especially going into 2020, because there's only so much, right? And so I just want to say that much. But so what we are doing, again, to secure a spot for the application is $997. Did you guys pass out? It's this. Okay. And so what you need to do, and this is before I announce for these folks to be able to get into the application process, is to fill this out and take it back to Clark and or Sharon, and they're going to be able to accept your payment. And then it may end up being me tomorrow then doing that interview, because we went through a whole group today, but it'll probably be me because you'll be talking to other folks, Sharon. But to fill that out, to claim, at least get in line for the application process. We're going out for dinner, leaving. How many of you are going to be joining us, including all our current? All the current, hands up? It's almost half the room here. Okay, so we're going to be joining right out at the front door, the lobby. So what you need to do is to secure your spot with a $997 deposit in order to get into that application. And then the program is $9,997. And that is all our mentorship at this level. We do have payment plans if that's something you need to discuss with the business advisor, so we can assist you with that. The main thing is this. We're going to talk about the long play of where you want to be in your life and your business. Whatever that may be, it is extremely varied. We want to talk about that, and we're going to reverse engineer it, put together your roadmap, and especially the Q4 strategy session, and play to that as best you possibly can to catapult you into 2020. So Fill out your application. Many of you have already done that today, but if you have an interest, we are going out to eat, and Sharon or Clark can take your application. Yes?
You have a spouse.
It's one and the same. You're together.
So we should put both names on there?
Yeah, if you could, definitely. I would say if you have any thought that you may be doing this with your spouse in the future, add them in. It really doesn't matter. We love having families here. We have mother-daughter teams. I'll tell you, Danita, she's going to have that granddaughter trained up before you know it, because she taught her mom, she taught her daughter, her son, a cousin. It's just gone through the family tree. So at our last e-commerce funnel mastery, it was something like 40% or more of the room at that level are doing it as a family, husband, wife, and then many are father, son, father, daughter, however. And I love that, because you know what? It keeps the families together. The family that works together stays together, right? In our case, it worked out very, very well. But I know, I've heard that most family businesses, I'm like, not ours. I tell you why, philosophically, I think that's true, because I trained them very young. My little boys, David and Rob, I used to sell Avon door to door, and they would come with me, and they were about, yay, big. We're going out. We're going to do door knobbers, boys. David, you probably don't even remember. You're probably about 4 years old. It's just how they grew up. And isn't that the way it used to be?
Each one of them a bottle of perfume and let them look at the customer.
Yeah, all pretty like, there you go. It was a lot of fun. We did a lot of things like that because it was a family economy, and we worked together. Wasn't that the way it used to be? Seriously, from when our country was founded, and the farmers especially, is that not true or true? Especially, the kids didn't get to sleep in bed, right? Weren't there chores to do? Yeah. Doing chores is a good thing, and especially when it's working with Ma and Pa. So that was just the natural. It wasn't like, oh gosh, should we have them take away from their playtime to help with the family business? Oh, no. It was a part of the family business. All right, so if you have any other questions, just go back to Sharon, ask her, or Clark. Sharon, actually, we've been together all day talking about this, so if you have any questions at all, just go back. Even if you're wondering, should I apply or not, just go back and ask us, and we'd be happy to get in a conversation with you. What are we doing at time-wise here?
5:31.
Oh, my goodness sakes. That Ann Sieg, she can talk for a long time. All right, why don't you all stand up? Let's do that. And then did you add in for Coach Kurt? This would be a good time. Yeah. Okay. Whew, guys. How are you doing? Everybody doing good? Yeah, we got a little bit of movement. My spine is stiff when I stand. I got a bad back from my years in the gymnastics sport. Oh, yeah, okay, good deal. How many of you are here tomorrow? Yes. Just about everybody, it seems like? Okay, cool, awesome. Your brain's still alive and snapping? Absolutely. Yes, and what is tomorrow? The book flipping profit system, yes, with Brian Cummings. Hey, give it up. Come on up here, Brian, Danita, and Candida. Yeah. Give him a hand. I think Danita takes off tonight. You're not flying to Italy tonight, are you yet? No. Where are you headed to next? Back to Denver. More grandbaba. Yes. I am so proud of Candida. Can you all give Candida a hand? First time training? Yes. Absolutely. We are launching a star, Candida. Oh, there is so much ahead. If she only knew how much is ahead. I am always planning for the future. Isn't that what you do in business? You have to have a vision for your business. Because you know how it works in life? Someone else may have a vision for you. Whose is it going to be? Your vision or somebody else's? That's right. And you need to think about that and vision it. That's why we do, and every week on Wednesday night, our new member orientation, we do that reverse engineering. Where are you going to be 6 months from now? Most people, you ask them, some average Joe off the street, they have no idea. Are you going to claim that? Where are you going to be 6 months from now? I'm constantly doing that. I don't know, that was just kind of born that way. Oh, I know where we're going to go. yes, you have to do that for your business. I'm the visionary of the company, and I'm always having a big vision. It's huge. I've been asked to train, Brian, true or true, did we not sit down with the Trade Commissioner of Ningbo, China?
Well, of course, true, Ann.
That's right. Yeah, we're sitting in China with the Trade Commissioner of Ningbo. It's called a town. It's a tier 2 city of only 10 million. All right, but there we are. Yeah.
Yeah, 1 million is a village. Yes.
Or a
It was-
hut at that size.
This
maybe.
was surreal.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, we were up in this room above the whole convention center with this guy. I mean, everything was going on down there, and he takes us up there, and we're sitting in this room, and of course, there's all this Chinese going back and forth. And
Yeah.
we're kind of
Brian and I are
watching
like,
this.
what are they talking about?
He represents all the businesses in a city of 10 million people. And he said, I can fill the room. I can have them come to your, and he meant it.
Yeah,
c-
he meant
could
it. He
bring
wanted us.
people and have us, it was amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, our son Robert was there, and then it was the connection that Rob's boss had. He had the #1 magazine for the city of Ningbo. And so through that, I think it was called The Focus. I can't remember, David, if you remember, but his name is Randy. His boss is amazing. Anyways, he had the #1 magazine. And so as a result of that, he had the connections with all the businesses in Ningbo. And so then, of course, he knew this trade commissioner in the city of Ningbo, and he's like, hey, and then Randy said, Anna, we can take your show on the road. And so he had a vision. He's going to take e-commerce business school on the road in China. So we've already had, and literally they roll out the red carpet for that. Literally, hey, we'll take care of it all. So logistics didn't afford for it at that time. It was kind of like, okay, whew, we got the whole U.S. to take over yet. So anyways, it is very exciting. We have a lot of potential and future ahead of us. So, all righty. Well, I just want to, again, invite anyone to submit their application to Sharon. Put down your 997. If you're not accepted for it, then you'll get your 997 back. But this is how you move forward with getting into the EMP program, where we then do that interview with you. So, hey, we'll see some of you right at the lobby, along with our trainers who'll be there, except Mr. Nita won't be there. All right. So that's out in an hour at 6:30, and then everybody else, find some friends to hang out with. You're making some beautiful, beautiful friendships here. Is this true? Are you already feeling it? Yeah. You're getting some good friendships. All righty. And then, Brian, when do we start tomorrow?
10:30.
Yep, 9 o'clock tomorrow, 9 a.m. tomorrow, okay?
9 a.m. Thank you, everybody. Give yourselves a hand. Job well done. You guys are awesome. Thank you.
living right here and now, and I don't wanna miss out. Is this what life's all about? The world is calling and I'm listening. Yeah, I'm listening. I feel the freedom inside. Come on, let's go for a ride. I finally opened my eyes and I can see it so clearly. So clearly. Life is but a dream. And isn't it amazing? Oh, life can be amazing. I feel my heartbeat racing. I'll fly, soaring ever higher. I can light my inner fire, and then we'll see what happens now. What happens now? And then we'll see what happens now. What happens now? Watch what happens now. Sometimes we have what it takes, sometimes we make our mistakes, and now the journey awaits. So don't you wanna come with me? Come with me. We'll make our way to the top, we'll never break, never stop. And when we get to the spot, we'll know we made it there together. We'll remember forever that life is but a dream. And isn't it amazing? Oh, life can be amazing. I feel my heartbeat racing. I'll fly, soaring ever higher. I can light my inner fire, and then we'll see what happens now. What happens now? And then we'll see what happens now. What happens now? Watch what happens now. It's amazing, oh, it's amazing. It's amazing, it's amazing. It's amazing, it's amazing. Oh, it's amazing, oh, it's amazing. It's amazing, it's amazing. It's amazing, it's Watch what happens now.